Jim Weiss from Savor Lifestyle, and today we're going to talk a little bit about baking. Before we do the baking, we're going to make Kanelsnegle. Kanel means cinnamon and Snegel means snail, and it's a Danish pastry that's incredibly delicious. And before we get to that though, I want to take a moment to talk about M.F.K. Fisher and how she felt about baking. She gives us a wonderful quote. She was born in 08 and died in 92, wrote 27 books on cooking and baking, and I want to share this with you before we begin. Baking is like a dance from some ancient ceremony. There is no chiropractic treatment, no yoga exercise, no hour of meditation in a music-throbbing chapel that will leave you emptier of bad thoughts than this homely ceremony of baking. Isn't that great? She's a fabulous woman. I've only read one of her books. It was titled, I think, How to Cook a Wolf. Quite an amazing book. So here we are today talking about the Danes. The Danes are some of the happiest people in the world, and I think part of the reason is there's a lot of pastry there. So I'm just finishing off these Kanelsnegle, these Danish pastries, with a little bit of an egg wash, just to give them a nice brown aspect. And I'm going to put a little bit of turbinado sugar on, because I'm not going to use the typical powdered sugar. I prefer this actually. I find the powdered sugar is just too sweet. And so there we have it. There we have it. So we're ready to put these Kanelsnegle Danish cinnamon buns in the oven. I prepared them earlier in the day. It takes many hours to do it, and they're laminated with a tremendous amount of butter, 3 sticks of butter. And so I didn't want to take you through the whole rising and folding process. So here we are at this stage, and we're ready to bake, and what's great, it only takes 15 minutes. 375, 15 minutes. I'll see you in a moment.
Okay.
Wow, look at this. Look at that color. Unbelievable. And the size of them. They've risen immensely. Of course, they're laminated in long, long rises. Aren't they something? A little bit of butter is oozed out, but who's got a problem with butter, right? So I'm going to put this down. And if you come over to the, you'll see I have another batch in here that is on its way. Look at the size of those, how much those have risen since we started. So these are going back in for a few minutes, and then these are going to cool, right? So I wanted to tell you, again, these are called snails in English in Denmark. Snaily, they call them snily. Snily is how you say it. I don't know any Danish words at all, any vocabulary there. But it's kind of fun. It's basically a cinnamon snail. And you can see, if you look down at it with the camera, you can see how it swirls right around like that, right? And so let's take a small one off of here. And you can see how light they are. Look how it's just falling apart because it's so well laminated with butter and sugar and cinnamon and a little salt and yeast, of course. And it's taken all day to do this, and I'm just so thrilled with it that I need to take a small bite and just see what it's like. Oh, it's like a cloud of sugar and cinnamon and dough. Fantastic. You can find the recipe for this at a fabulous new site called Skandibaking, S-K-A-N-D-I Bakes. 2 young women who were born in Denmark, one lives in Boston, the other in Philadelphia, have created this beautiful baking site. And I suggest you go there soon, and I suggest you bake. Good luck. Bye-bye.